Hey, bro, you got to come over. I just got Tobacco Vanille and I just got Grand Soir, bro. Come on.
Bet I'll be over.
All right, bet. I'll see you. Bro, it took you long enough. Would you take every side road? Anyway, smell them. All right. These aren't real, I'm pretty sure. Mason Fragrance World, Baracot Amber Eve, Mason Alhambra Tobacco Touch. Who is Mason, bro? These are not real fragrances. All right, Mr. Fancy Pants. Sorry I don't have a crazy niche collection like you. They're clones. Yeah, I could tell that they're clones. I mean, I'll still smell them. The Tobacco Touch is good. Amber Eve is good as well. How much are these fragrances anyways? They still got to be pretty expensive. Surprisingly, not that much. I think I paid like 20 bucks for both of them. No way these are like 20 bucks. You pulling my leg? Dude, I'm not kidding. They're like 20 bucks and there's so many more for that price as well. Hey, I mean, they might not be the real thing. They might be clones. They might be really cheap, but they actually smell really good. I might have to get my hands on these.
She down there cooking some damn spam.
No, it's just mysterious.
I like barbecue sauce.
Hey everyone, it's Micah Fragrance back at it again with another video. I hope everyone is doing great. Thank you all for stopping in on my channel. If you guys are returning viewers, welcome back. If you guys are new, what's going on? My name is Micah. I love fragrances. If you guys couldn't tell by the skit in today's video, I'm going to be going over my thoughts on Middle Eastern fragrances. Do I think they're good? Do I think that they're worth it? I'll talk about the price. I'll show you guys the ones I have. I'll give you guys some suggestions and a couple more things in the video. So first and foremost, I think we should just go into the fragrances that I actually have in my collection. So I have 6 Middle Eastern fragrances in my collection. I have Lattafa's Amir Al Oud Intense Oud. I have Fragrance World's Barakat Amber Eve. I have Paris Corner's Cayer Pistachio. And then the last 3 that I have Rasasi Hawass. And from the House of Mason Alhambra, I have Bright Peach. And then I have Tobacco Touch. Now, the other Middle Eastern fragrances I have smelt. I've smelt Afnan 9 p.m. I've smelt Lattafa Ram Silver. I have smelt Mason Alhambra Lovely Cherry. That's one Hollis has. And then I used to own Lattafa Kamarakawa. So I've smelt my fair share of Middle Eastern fragrances. Personally, I feel like I am qualified enough to talk about them. But it's crazy because these fragrances, I think that they're very, very good. They're some of my favorites in my collection. And the most expensive one that I showed would probably be Rasasi Hawass, which is an absolute beast. If you guys can't tell, I've used a decent amount of this fragrance. I love this one. And this is only $30, so very cheap. But that's also a great gateway into our next segment, which is just going to be talking about price. For anyone who doesn't know, getting into fragrances is actually very expensive. Middle Eastern fragrances are a great way to just save some money while you're trying out new scent profiles. As I said, Rasasi Hawass is like 30 bucks. This is comparable to Invictus, which is like 60, 70 bucks, which I would take this over Invictus any day of the week. Lattafa's Amir Al Oud Intense Oud is a clone of Maison Margiela's By the Fireplace. It's like 80 bucks off discounters, $140 retail. This is $17. Straight up smells 1 to 1. Again, I personally prefer this one over By the Fireplace just because for what it is, how close it smells to the real thing, and how it almost outperforms the real thing. At only $17, I think that this one is so much worth it. So the pricing is very good. And as I said, just like designer fragrances and especially niche fragrances can get very expensive. So the price is super, super good. But do not let the price fool you. These fragrances still smell very high quality. So let's talk about the quality and let's compare them to some more expensive fragrances. So comparing 2 fragrances, we're going to have 2 sets of this. But the first 2 that I'm going to compare is Maison Alhambra's Tobacco Touch and Dior Sauvage Elixir. Smelling the 2 side by side, I don't detect that one smells higher quality than the other. Tobacco Touch is like $20. Sauvage Elixir is like $150. I'm not going to say that Sauvage Elixir smells any higher quality than Tobacco Touch because to me, it just simply doesn't. But how about we up the stakes a little bit? How about we go more than double the price of Sauvage Elixir? $350 for Parfums de Marly Greenly or $30 for Rasasi Hawass. Do they smell any different? Do they smell, obviously they're going to smell different, but do they smell any higher quality than one another? Parfums de Marly Greenly, it's a really nice herbal green scent. It smells very high quality. Rasasi Hawass, although it is a little synthetic, but it's cloning a synthetic fragrance, I'm not going to say Greenly smells any more higher quality than Rasasi Hawass. They're both on par. So if something that you're worried about within Middle Eastern fragrances is the quality, you don't really want to walk around wearing low quality fragrances, at least to my nose, I cannot detect a quality difference. So I think that you're fine with that. But now we're just going to be talking about how you can try new scents with Middle Eastern fragrances. So I live in Montana. It's really hard for me to try a bunch of nicer fragrances. So Bright Peach and Tobacco Touch are clones of 2 Tom Ford fragrances. This is a clone of Tobacco Vanille. Bright Peach is a clone of something peach. I cannot remember what the name of it is for the life of me. But from what I heard, these are very, very similar to their real things. So this just kind of gives me an opportunity to actually try these two Tom Ford fragrances. Now, granted, they're not going to be exactly one-to-one. I've only smelled one Middle Eastern fragrance that I would say is one-to-one, and that is Amir Al Oud Intense Oud. But just being that I can even try out that scent profile of the two Tom Fords for like $20 a piece, I think that that's a really, really good deal. So you can definitely try out a lot of new scents. Now we're just going to be talking about if they're worth it or not. So obviously, yes, Middle Eastern fragrances are worth it, at least just in my opinion. You know, why would I want to spend $80 on Maison Margiela's By the Fireplace when I can buy Amir Al Oud by Lattafa, which is one-to-one in projection, longevity, and scent, in my opinion, when I can just spend $17 and get this bottle? It really doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me on why I would spend the extra money to get a fragrance that smells just like this $17 fragrance. Now, obviously, yes, this is a clone. You're going to run into a lot of clones within the fragrance game, within the Middle Eastern fragrance game, excuse me, which is honestly fine in my opinion. I love wearing clone fragrances just because maybe I don't want to spend, you know, $200 on some Xerjoff fragrance. Maybe I don't want to spend even $80 on, you know, Maison Margiela's By the Fireplace. Maybe if I just want to spend $17, you know, that's a great opportunity within Middle Eastern fragrances. So I think that they are definitely very worth it. I think that they're more worth it than designer fragrances. I think that they're more worth it than niche fragrances. That's just my opinion. Please don't start attacking me in the comments over that. But the last thing that I'm going to do in this video is I'm just going to talk about two suggestions that I have. That's four. I'm just going to be talking about two suggestions that I have for you guys out of my collection. So the two suggestions that I have, Ressassi Huas. This is that nice, sweet, aquatic, airy, bubblegum sweetness that Invictus has. Very, very close to Invictus, but definitely outperforms it, and this is only $30. The next one, Lattafa Amir Al Oud Intense Oud, $17. Clone of Maison Margiela's By the Fireplace. It's that smoky wood DNA with almost like a burnt marshmallow vibe. Those two are very worth it in my opinion, and those two are the ones I would recommend you get. Although all the ones that I showed are absolutely awesome. But that's going to do it for the video. Please let me know in the comments below, what are your opinion on Middle Eastern fragrances? Do you think that they're worth it? You think that they're not worth it? Have you ever found one that actually smells one-to-one like I have? Just let me know your thoughts, or even let me know your thoughts on my video in the comments below. Everyone have a great day. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you have not already. Have a great day. Thank you all for watching. Peace, everyone.